Hello friends and my dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. So this is part 9 video on the chapter of parallelograms, where I will discuss about the the quadrilateral, special type of quadrilateral, that is kite. We will discuss about its geometrical definition and the properties of kite, and will solve two problems after understanding its properties. So this video is part of the playlist CBSE Maths for Class 8 following the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are watching my videos regularly and my videos are beneficial to you, then I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started with the part 9 video about kite on the chapter of parallelograms. Okay, what is a kite? So as you know that kite is a special type of quadrilateral, that is, it has four sides, and so when do we say that a quadrilateral is a kite? When the quadrilateral have equal adjacent sides, two pairs of equal adjacent sides but unequal opposite sides. So in this quadrilateral ABCD is a kite. So we are having the adjacent the pair of adjacent sides BC and DC, they are equal. BC and DC, they are adjacent sides, one pair of adjacent sides, and they are equal. And also we are having the another pair of adjacent sides are AD and AB, and they are equal. So this is one criteria, that the quadrilateral has two pair of adjacent sides and the adjacent sides are equal. But the another criteria is that any two opposite sides must be unequal. That is, BC should be not equal to AD, and AB should be not equal to DC. If BC is equal to BC becomes equal to BC, if becomes equal to AD, then and AB becomes equals to DC, then we will have all the sides are equal to, all the sides are will be of equal length, and it will become a possibly rhombus. So it will not be a kite. So in a kite, it is a quadrilateral where we have two pair of adjacent sides which are equal, and any two opposite sides are of unequal length, are unequal. So this is the definition of a kite. Now what are the properties of a kite? We have a lot of interesting properties in a kite. Okay, so in a kite, the first of all, we are having from the definition that two pairs of adjacent sides are equal. So in this kite ABCD, the way it is drawn, we can see that we are having in this kite the one pair of adjacent sides BC is equal to CD. So we are having BC is equal to DC or CD, and the other pair of adjacent sides which are equal are AB and AD. AB and AD. So we are having AD is equal to AB. So BC and CD, this is one pair of adjacent sides, equal adjacent sides, and the other pair of adjacent equal sides are AB and AD. So this is so the first property is that it has two pairs of adjacent sides, equal adjacent sides, two pairs. Now the second property is that any two opposite sides are unequal. That is, we must have AB unequal to CD, as these are opposite sides, and also we must have AD and BC, they are opposite sides and they must be unequal, AD and BC. So this is the second property. The third property is that the diagonals in so the first two properties are coming from the definition of a kite. The third property is super important. Diagonals intersect at 90 degree. So in a kite, the diagonals always intersect at 90 degree. They do not bisect. Remember, they only intersect at 90 degree. So let's draw the diagonals. BD is one diagonal and AC is another diagonal. Oh, sorry. And it is not coming properly. Can I fix it? I don't know. No. Anyway, so let's even though it is the line is not straight, please consider that AC is a straight line. So AC is the another diagonal. So we must have the diagonals will intersect at 90 degree. So this will be 90 degree as well as this will be 90 degree. Okay. So this is one very important property of a kite, that the diagonals intersect at 90 degree. The fourth property is that one pair of opposite angles are equal. One pair of opposite angles of the kite are equal. We know that the opposite pair of the opposite pair of angles are A and C and B and D. So how will you know that? Which pair of opposite angles are equal? Only one pair of opposite angles will be equal. So the way you know is that you will see that from a given kite figure, if it is given, the values are given in the angles, then maybe it is given in the by value in the diagram. You will understand which are the two opposite sides are equal, or maybe it will be in the problem, it will be given that which pair of opposite angles are equal. So the way this kite has been drawn, here we will have angle B is equal to angle D. Angle B is equal to angle D. And of course, we must have angle A should not be equal to angle C. If angle A becomes equal to angle C, then this quadrilateral will become a parallelogram. Please remember that kite is not a parallelogram. In a kite only, in a kite, it is not the case that the opposite sides are parallel. Both the opposite sides are parallel. No, it is not. So, in a kite, only one pair of opposite sides will be equal. Now, in this figure, the way it has been drawn, it is clear that angle B will be equal to angle D. This will be given. Possibly in the problem, it will be given which two pair of opposite sides are equal. Okay. So one pair of opposite angles will be equal. The next is that unequal opposite angles are bisected by the diagonal. Now you will, in a kite, you will have one pair of opposite angles are equal. In this figure, in this example, we are assuming angle B is equal to angle D. And so we know that the other two opposite pair of angles, angle A and angle C, they will be unequal. But the angles A and angle C will be bisected by the diagonal AC. So we have AC bisects angle A and angle C. So this will imply that if, let's say, the diagonals intersect at O, so we must have OAB, we must have OAB, angle OAB is equal to angle OAB must be equal to angle OAD, and it is also AC is also bisecting the angle C. So we must have OCD, we must have angle OCD, angle OCD should be equal to angle OCB. Angle OCD will be equal to angle OCB. So we must have angle A is bisected by the diagonal AC. So we will have this angle equal to this angle, and also the diagonal AC is bisecting the angle C. So we must have this angle will be equal to this angle. So in a kite, we are having one pair of opposite angles will be equal, and the other pair of opposite angles will be bisected. So these two are very important properties of a kite. All the properties except the first two are part of the definition of a kite. All the properties 3, 4, 5 are super important. Also there are two more important properties. Okay, so what is property 6? It says diagonal connecting the equal opposite angles is bisected by the other diagonal. Diagonal connecting the equal opposite angles is bisected by the other diagonal. So what is the diagonal that is connecting the two equal opposite angles? In this figure, we know that angle B is equal to angle D. Angle B and angle D are the pair of opposite angles which are equal. So the diagonal connecting these angles, or the vertices B and D, is BD. So that diagonal BD will be bisected by the other diagonal. So we will have OB will be equal to OD. So we will have OB is equal to OD. This is also very important. So the diagonal that is connecting the two vertices which are also the pair of opposite equal angles, that diagonal will be bisected by the other diagonal at the point of intersection of the diagonals. Okay, that was property 6. What is property 7? Diagonal connecting the unequal opposite angles divides the kite into two congruent triangles. That is the other diagonal, which is AC. AC will divide the whole kite into two congruent triangles. That is, in this figure, one triangle, the diagonal AC is dividing the kite into two triangles. They are triangle ABC and triangle ABC and triangle ACD. So we must have, now it is very important when you name the congruence relation, you should be very careful with the proper naming of the triangles. So we must have angle ABC is one triangle. So the diagonal AC is creating two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle. Let me first, since it is difficult without seeing the diagram, let me first write it here. Okay, so for the property 3, it is nothing. I hope I need not write anything, but anyway, let me write it. Angle AOD, since the diagonals are intersecting at right angles, angle AOD will be equal to angle AOB will be equal to 90 degree, and also we will have angle COD is equal to angle COB is equal to 90 degree. Now regarding the property that the diagonal AC will divides the kite into two congruent triangles. Now which diagonal? The diagonal that bisects the pair of opposite unequal angles, that diagonal will divide the whole kite into two congruent triangles. So let's try to establish that relation. Now the two triangles are triangles ABC. The diagonal AC is dividing the kite into two triangles, triangle ABC, and the other triangle is triangle ABC and ACD. Now these two triangles will be congruent. Now when you write a congruence relation between two triangles, you should properly name the triangles so that it reflects the correct correspondence between the vertices of the two triangles. Now clearly we can see that AC is the common side, AB is equal to AD, AB is equal to AD, so definitely B will have a correspondence with D. So it will be not ACD, but it will be ADC. ADC. This is the correct congruence relation between the two triangles ABC and ADC. So now let me move this part to over here. So we will have this. So the diagonal in a kite which divides the diagonal of the kite which divides the pair of opposite unequal angles, that the diagonal that bisects the pair of unequal opposite angles, that diagonal divides the whole kite into two congruent triangles. So all the properties of the kite are super important in they will be highly used or heavily used while solving problems. Okay, so this is regarding the properties of a kite. Now let's quickly draw some kite. Now, so what we have understood, a kite is a quadrilateral which has two pairs of adjacent sides which are equal. So it has two pairs of adjacent sides and the adjacent sides are equal, but the opposite sides are unequal. In a kite, the opposite sides are unequal. Okay, and so this is the case. Then the other properties follows. That is, the diagonals will then intersect at right angles. There will be one pair of opposite angles which will be equal, and the diagonal that connects that pair of opposite angles which are equal, that diagonal is bisected by the other diagonal. All these properties will follow from the definition of a kite. Okay, so we have, but please, the important thing to note that a kite is not a parallelogram. A kite is not a parallelogram. Definitely, if a kite is not a parallelogram, it will never be a rhombus, or it will never be a rectangle or a square, and definitely it will also not be a trapezium. So it is purely a quadrilateral having some certain interesting properties. It is no way a parallelogram. Okay, so let's say one pair of adjacent sides, equal adjacent sides is, one pair of equal adjacent sides be this. So this is one pair of equal adjacent sides. Let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. So AC and AB are one pair of equal adjacent sides of a quadrilateral. Now we will draw the other two sides will also be, since we are drawing a kite, the other two sides will also be equal, has to be equal. So it will be something like this. Okay, one interesting thing is that it is not necessary in a kite that the diagonals will be equal. It can be, it may be, or it may not be. The two diagonals in a kite can be equal, or it cannot be, can be unequal. There is nothing. So for some kite, the diagonals can be equal, and for some other kites, the diagonals can be unequal. So in this kite, definitely the pair of adjacent equal sides are the first pair of one pair of adjacent equal sides are AC and AB. The other pair of adjacent equal sides are these be D, CD and BD. And so if you connect the diagonals, my drawing is not coming properly, so they will intersect at right angles. And what we will have definitely for this kite, we will have angle B is equal to angle C, and at the angle and we have OB is equal to OC. Since the diagonal BC is connecting the pair of equal opposite angles B and C, so it will that diagonal BC will be bisected at the point by the other diagonal, and we will have, of course, this angle. This angle will be, if this is x degree, this is x degree, this will also be x degree, and if this is y degree, this is y degree, this will also be y degree. So we have okay, so we have this. Let's draw another kite. Let's say this is one pair of adjacent sides, and let's say the other. Okay, so let's say this is A, B, and C, and let's say the other pair of opposite sides are the diagram is not coming properly. It is not, I mean, even I hope you will understand. So this is D. So AC is equal to AB and DC is equal to BD. Now from this figure, you can possibly make out which are the two pair of opposite angles equal. Now it may not be obvious by seeing the figure. In a given problem, you will be given that which by some information you will be able to make it out that which are the two opposite pair of angles which are equal, and which and so the other pair of opposite angles will be bisected. So the way I have drawn this kite, I hope angle C will be equal to angle B. So this angle is equal to angle B and angle C. These are the pair of opposite angles which are equal. And so the diagonal, so let's draw the diagonals BC, and we have AD. So since BC is the diagonal that is connecting the pair of opposite angles which are equal, it will be bisected at O. So OB will be equal to OC, that is, this will be equal to this. And of course we will have the other pair of opposite angles are angle A and angle D. They will be bisected by the diagonal AD. So we will have this angle is equal to, by the way, in the first figure this should be double stroke. So this angle is equal to this angle. Let's say this is m degree, this must also be m degree, and let's say so this angle should be equal to this angle. So this, if this is n degree, this should also be n degree. I hope my diagram is not very congested that you cannot make it out. So this is this. Now please note that it is not necessary that m degree will be equal to n degree. No, it is absolute. I mean, I am quite sure angle A and angle D will be unequal. So angle A will not be equal to angle D. So over here also angle A will not be equal to angle D. Okay, let's draw few more kites, maybe two more. Okay, now let's let's try to draw two kites where in one kite the diagonals are equal. Let's draw a kite where the diagonals are equal, but remember that the diagonals in a kite never bisect each other. They only intersect at right angles. So let's say this is a diagonal. Now let's say I am copying this just to make sure that they are of equal length. What can I do? Okay, copy and then paste. Okay, so I have another diagonal. Now let's say I am rotating this so that approximately they are intersecting at right angle. But remember, they will not bisect each other. So let's say this is okay. So these are the two diagonals of a kite which are of equal length. So let's give name to the vertices. Let's say A, B, not, let's give some another letters, P, Q, R, S. So definitely, as you can see, PR and RS are one pair of adjacent sides which are equal, and PQ and PS is another pair of equal adjacent sides. Okay, so PQ is equal to PS. So in this kite, we can see that the two diagonals are equal. The two diagonals are equal. So we have PR is equal to QS, and we have QR is equal to RS, and we have PQ is equal to PS. Okay. Now, which diagonal will be bisected? Now, from this diagram, you can clearly make it out that angle Q, the pair of opposite equal angles are Q and S. Q and S. As we know that in a kite, there is always one pair of equal opposite angles and the other pair of opposite angles are unequal. And definitely we will have angle P not equal to angle R. So, but angle P and angle R will be bisected by the diagonal PR. So, we must have, let's say if this is angle X degree, this will also be angle X degree, and if this is angle Y degree, this will also be angle Y degree. And we will have triangle PQR is congruent to triangle PSR. In the other two kites, for the first kite, we will have triangle ACD will be congruent to triangle ABD, and for the second kite we will have triangle which is the diagonal that is bisecting the pair of opposite angles, unequal angles, that is diagonal AD. So we will have DCA will be congruent to triangle DBA. Okay. I hope these three figures will give a good clarity about the structure of a kite. So this is all about the geometrical structure of a kite and its important properties. All the properties are very important in a kite. Please try to remember them. You can remember them if you solve a lot of problems. So mathematics, the way you remember in mathematics, the only way that you remember things for a longer period of time is to practice a lot of problems over and over again. Frequently, on regular basis, you have to solve problems on a particular topic. Okay, now let's solve. I have only two problems for kite. Let's try to solve these problems. Now, first, you should try to solve these problems yourself first. That is, pause the video and try to solve the problem yourself. And but if you're stuck or if you want to see my way of solution, then please do watch the solution. But always try to pause the video and try to solve the problems yourself first. Okay, so the first problem is that ABCD is a kite whose diagonals intersect at the point O. Okay, ABCD is a kite whose diagonals intersect at the point O. Okay, if OD is equal to OB, so OD is equal to OB, so we are given that the diagonal BD is bisected at O. Okay, and angle OBA, it is clearly indicated in the diagram that angle OBA is 36 degree and angle D is 100 degree. Okay, then the ratio of angle A and angle C is, we have to find the ratio of the angles A and C. Okay, now, okay, so how do we proceed? We know that the diagonal diagonal BD is bisected. BD is bisected at O. From the properties of kite, we know that the diagonal which is bisected at the point of intersection of the two diagonals, that diagonal will connect the two opposite angles which are equal. So we must have angle D is equal to angle B. Angle D should be equal to angle B, which is given, angle D is given to be 100 degree. So angle B should be also equal to 100 degree. Now, okay. Angle D, we have to find the ratio of angle A and angle C. So we need to find what the angle A and angle C. Okay, angle B is 100 degree. Okay. Now, since angle B is 100 degree, what is angle B? Angle B is nothing but angle B is angle OB, angle B is angle ABO plus angle OBC. Angle B is angle ABO plus angle OBC, and this must be equal to 100 degree. So this implies, now angle ABO in the figure is given to be 36 degree. So we have 36 degree plus angle OBC is equal to 100 degree. So this will imply angle OBC is equal to 100 degree minus 36 degree, which is equal to 64 degree. So angle OBC is 64 degree. So we have this is 64 degree. This is 64 degree. Now how do we find angle A and angle C? Okay, in triangle AOB, since it's a right angle triangle, since we know that the diagonals BD and AC are intersecting at right angles, this will be all right angles. So angle AOB is a right angle. So from triangle AOB, we can say, using the angle sum property, that angle we must have angle ABO plus angle OAB must be equal to 90 degree, because in the triangle AOB one angle is 90 degree, angle AOB is 90 degree. So the sum of the other two angles, which is angle ABO plus angle OAB, must be equal to 90 degree. Now what is angle ABO is 36 degree. So 36 degree plus angle OAB is 90 degree. So this implies angle OAB should be equal to 90 degree minus 36 degree, that is 54 54 degree. Angle OAB must be 54 degree. So this is 54 degree. Okay. Now this is 54 degree. Now we know that it is given that okay, so it is not given which are in this guide, it is not given which are the pair of equal adjacent sides. But since it is given that BD and AC are the two diagonals, and BD is the BD is the diagonal which is being bisected. BD is the diagonal which is bisected. So clearly we must have DC is equal to BC and AD must be equal to AB. Okay, so we have this. Now we know, so in this kite ABCD, BD is the diagonal which is bisected. That means that BD is the diagonal which is connecting the two pair of opposite equal angles, which are angle B and D. This means the other diagonal AC must bisect the angles A and C. So we must have this angle is also equal to 54 degree. 54 degree. Okay. Okay. So what is angle? We have found angle OAB is equal to 54 degree. So this means that angle A will be twice of angle OAB, which is equal to OAB. So which is equal to, OAB is 54 degree, which is equal to 54 degree multiplied by 2. Okay. Now we need to find which is basically 108 degree. Now we need to find angle C. Angle C, we can similarly we will know that angle C is also bisected by the diagonal AC, and in triangle OCB, we must have angle OCB plus angle OBC is equal to 90 degree, because one angle is already 90 degree in triangle OCB. In triangle OCB, angle BOC is 90 degree. So the other two angles, the sum of the other two angles must be equal to 90 degree, because from the angle sum property of a triangle, we know that the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So we have angle OCB is equal to angle OCB plus angle OBC is equal to 90 degree. This implies angle OCB plus angle OBC we have found to be 64 degree. This is equal to 90 degree. So this implies angle OCB will be equal to 90 degree minus 64 degree, that is 30, not 30, it will be OCB plus 64 degree is 90 degree. So this will be angle OCB this will be 26 degree. This will be 26 degree. Okay, so this is 26 degree. Also we know that angle C is bisected. So angle C will be twice of angle OCB, which is 26 degree multiplied by 2, which is 54 degree. So we have found AC angle A to be 108 degree and angle C to be 54 degree. It was asking the ratio A is to C. Let me quickly check if I did the calculation correct or not. So D was given to be 100 degree. So we must have angle B should also be equal to 100 degree, because the diagonal BD is bisected at O. So if B's angle 36 is 100 degree, we will have angle OBC is equal to 100 degree minus 36 degree, which is 64 degree. Okay, 64 degree. So definitely then angle OCB will be equal to 90 degree minus 64 degree. 90 degree minus 64 degree, which is 26 degree. Okay, 26 degree. So definitely angle C will be twice of 26 degree, which is 54 degree. Okay, and that angle C is 54 degree, that is fine. And what will be angle A? So in triangle AOB, we know that angle OAB will be equal to angle OAB plus 36 degree should be equal to 90 degree. So angle OAB must be 90 degree minus 36 degree. 90 degree minus 36 degree, which is 54 degree. And angle A will be twice of 54 degree, which is 108 degree. Okay, so then angle A is to angle C will be 108 degree is to 54 degree, that is 108 degree divided by 54 degree, which is equal to 108 divided by 54, which is coming to be 2 by 1. So this is equals to 2:1, and 2:1 is not there in the choice. The fourth choice is 1:2, but we are having 2:1. 2:1. OD is equal to OB, and OBA 36 degree and D is 100 degree. So the diagonal which is bisected, that diagonal, the opposite pair of angles connecting the diagonal, that diagonal connects the two opposite pair of angles are B and D, and they must be equal from the properties of the kite. Let me quickly check that. One pair of opposite angles are equal. Angle B is equal to angle D. Yeah, that is fine. So the diagonal connecting the equal opposite angles is bisected by the other diagonal. Okay. So BD is bisected. So definitely angle D is equal to angle B. Angle D is 100 degree. So definitely we will have angle OBC, it will be equal to 100 minus 36, which is 64. 64. Okay. And if so now OBC is 64. Now from triangle OCB, we can say that angle OCB, that is angle OCB, this angle should be equal to 90 minus 64, because in this triangle OCB one angle is already 90 degree. So 90 minus 64 is 26. So angle OCB is 26 degree. So definitely then, so this is 26. This is 26 degree. So definitely angle C. So this will be also 26 degree. As angle C is bisected, angle A and angle C are bisected by the diagonal AC. So angle C will be 52. Angle C will be equal to angle C is equal to 26 multiplied by 2 is not 54, but it is 52 degree. 52 degree. So now angle A is to angle C will be this is 52 degree. 52 degree. 52 degree. This is 108 by 52. So this will not be 2:1, but if we cancel with, I guess, 4, this is 4, 2, 8, 27, and this is 13. So this is coming out to be 27 by 13. So angle A is to angle C is equal to 27 is to 13. 27 is to 13 is the result. So the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Answer is choice B. Okay, let's do the next problem. ABCD is a kite whose diagonals intersect at the point O. ABCD is a kite whose diagonals intersect at the point O such that OD is equal to OB. Okay, so in this kite, the diagonal BD is bisected by the other diagonal. So definitely we will have angle D should be equal to angle B, and angle A and angle C are will be bisected by the diagonal AC. Okay, so what is so intersect at the point O such that OD equals to OB. AB is extended to the point E. The side AB is extended to the point E, and angle CBE is M degree. Okay, this is M degree. If angle OCD is Y degree, then the value of angle A is okay. Value of angle A. Angle A and angle C are bisected. Okay. So definitely, if this is angle X degree, this will also be X degree. And angle A and angle C are bisected by the diagonal AC. So if OCD is Y degree, this will also be Y degree. So we are given only Y and M. Okay. What we have to find the angle A. To find angle A, we need to find X. How do we find X? How do we find X? Oh, CBE is M degree, and okay, so this is the scenario. If we consider angle A has been bisected into two angles, equal angles, X degree, we have this scenario. Now we know that M degree will be equal to angle CBE is exterior for triangle ABC. Angle CBE is exterior to opposite interior angles angle BAC and angle ACB. Okay, so this implies we know that in a triangle an exterior angle is equal to the sum of its two opposite interior angles. So we must have angle CBE should be equal to angle BAC plus angle ACB. Now what is angle CAB? Angle CBE is nothing but is given to be M degree. And what is angle BAC? BAC as per our assumption we have assumed it to be X degree. So we have X degree. And what is angle ACB? Angle ACB is Y degree. So we have this. Okay. So from here we can say the unknown is X. So we have X degree is equal to M degree minus Y degree. Now this implies we know that angle A will be equal to twice of X degree, because the angle A is has been bisected by the diagonal AC. So we have this. So this is nothing but X degree is what? M degree minus Y degree. So the value of A is twice of M degree minus Y degree. So the correct choice is D. This is the correct choice. So these two problems were not that difficult. You just need to keep in mind all the properties of the kite and apply those concepts to figure it out what will be the angles that you are looking for. I hope this video was beneficial. So we have completed the whole chapter of the parallelograms and all the special type of quadrilaterals and parallelograms, that is square, rectangle, rhombus, trapezium, isosceles trapezium, and kite. If this video was beneficial, please like it, share it with your friends, and once again please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. In the subsequent videos, I will solve the problems of the two exercises of the chapter of parallelograms from the textbook of author RS Aggarwal. So please stay tuned for those videos coming soon. I will end the video here. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.